I don't think you've ever seen a man with two hoodies, have you? Have you ever seen a man with two hoodies? Maybe you have. Oh, and then he goes like that, and then he goes like this, and this, and like that, and like this, and then this, and like that, and this, and
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Today we're talking about mechanical instinct. Ooh, Bruce Lee concept. Okay,
Bruce Lee concept.
Bruce Lee had a concept of you can't be purely scientific and a mechanical man. You have to combine instinct with that feeling of a sense of control, which is also a flow state precondition, right? You have to have this understanding that I can control this situation. This is under my control. At the same time, trusting the spontaneity and the natural primitive instinct, the DNA, following nature's code, following that pathway, right? Not only that pathway, but you're building a neural pathway as you're on the pathway or the Tao. So this is how we're going to be breaking it down, okay? Left brain and right brain synchronization, mechanical with the instinct. The emotional and the logic coming together to fuse the ideal form of communication that comes from the heart and the mind synchronized. You see, you woke up this morning unsure maybe of what to do next, but you knew there was a natural instinct taking over. There was a primal drive, something that got you to eat, something that got you to move, something that got you to use the restroom. And I'm here to remind you that natural faculty of life is within you in each and every moment. And we're constantly responding from that. And if you recognize that instinct within, you can actually use it and optimize it towards your liking. Because you've got to know what your needs are. You've got to know what pushes your buttons. You've got to know what turns you on. You've got to know what pulls you towards a certain direction. What are the forces that are pulling you towards different directions? Okay, you got to challenge yourself first and foremost. Hashtag choose to challenge. Now you know how the instinct side kind of works because you felt it. It's a felt experience. What about the mechanics? The mechanical side, the ability to objectively see something, the ability to categorize things, the ability to find reason, where you're emotionally open in your own space and your heart space, but at the same time, you rest on reason and logic and logos, as the Greeks call it. Two sides of the coin, the Janus coin, right? Janus is also represented by Dvimukhi, which means two-faced Ganesha, in the Hindu pantheon. The Hindu pantheon has this Dvimukhi, which means two-faced elephant god, right? So what I got was two elephants on here. I thought that was very representative, as they're together, but then they're also whole, right? I got Alexandra messaging me. She's a very gorgeous woman from Russia. I'm in the flow, man. I'm in the flow like never before. I just haven't been able to really come back to the real, essence of it, because I've been so focused in, so honed in on my work, on my process, on my self-care, that it's just been zoning in, right, zoning me in. I'm texting like 8 girls right now, I think. I'm maintaining my work. I've joined the ICF accreditation program from Symbiosis Coaching, right? And so it's just been a process for me, right? And I'm starting to understand the mechanical instinct at work. I really am. Because the moment I take the mechanics out of it, or the moment I take the instinct out of it, there is an issue. There seems to be an issue. When you lean too much onto one side, when you're too extreme, where you're not extreme enough. It's like, don't be like full on pushing, and don't be like not pushing at all. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fine tune that balance, baby. That balance. Okay? I don't know, that sounds like Bruce Lee's younger son, right? As he like, I don't know. Let's go, Brandon, right? Is his name Brandon Lee? I think so. That'd be funny. Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention in this video, my name is Sumit Chatterjee, right? I'm a flow state coach. I help people perform and feel better. I've helped different people from different walks of life in how to access the state of mind, the state of consciousness, this alpha theta bridge that takes you over and completely absorbs you into the present moment where nothing else matters but the task at hand. You know what I'm talking about, Flow Jedi. You know what I'm talking about. You experience it. That's how you know. It's that instinct, but then there's mechanical side, the discipline comes in, and then it starts to hardwire itself. Hardwire, right? The wire is the instinct. The hardness, the toughness is the mechanics. And together, they create this amazing symphony together. It's almost like the drums and the percussion instrument, right? They're playing at the same time. So you gotta have your mechanics and your instinct playing at the same time, man. Playing at the same time, bro. My name is Gregor Gallagher, and I'm here to talk about Kinobody, okay? Now, Kinobody is an amazing program that I came up with. Okay, is that a good Gregor Gallagher impression? It's control with the impulses, right? Impulse control is really what he's talking about, right? The mechanical instinct is impulse control or self-control, self-mastery, you could say. You're just weaving with it. You're creating with the noise. The chaos is around you, but you're still moving forward in some way. You're like, whoa, not gonna have the, okay, what? Right? Adaptable, fluid. Like water, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot, okay? This is what I'm talking about. You take on the shape of what you wish to be and accomplish. You don't need money, you are money. You give off the frequency of money, and so you have it. You don't need to hit, it hits all by itself. That's what I'm talking about, baby. One of my clients, they asked me, okay, this was like yesterday. No, 2 days ago. He asked me, he was like, why would you want to be like water? Isn't that like being like a conformist? Like you're copying everybody? Like you're, no, absolutely not. Filled with preconceptions, right? You're filled with all these ideas and these ego rationalizations and justifications and ego protection mechanisms and all this kind of trash in your mind, right? Trying to make it a very specific way, trying to be perfect, wanting it to be, right? All of these different scenarios the mind has conjured up for you. And so if you start with your mind full of stuff, not mindful, but your mind is full of stuff, right? It's a difference, mindful and mindful, right? So if you have your mind full of stuff, you can't learn, you can't take in and absorb new information. So that's why empty your mind. You're emptying your mind so you have that Shoshin, that beginner's mind, that ability to step into the ring and the arena and be like, I'm open to whatever happens. You can hit me with a chair like WWE style, but there's something that's gonna be going on. And my body has this instinct. It knows how to respond and react to things. That's stoicism in it. Hold on a second. That's stoicism in it, bruv. Isn't that a stoic concept?
This is distracting from the fact that we're talking about the mechanical instinct. You see, the mechanical instinct is very much so.
This is glasses, right? Like tiny little glasses, like, Make sure that today you have that mechanical instinct with you. Because once you have the mechanics, just think about biomechanics, right? The mechanisms of the body. How do you overcome illness? Okay? Elias once asked this in the Genius Days. How do we overcome illness, right? Because he was very ill. Your body knows what it needs to do to heal. So what is biohacking? Biohacking is using the natural processes of the body to heal. Okay? Fasting is biohacking. You're hacking your biology to win. Okay? So if you really understand this mechanism, you can take control of your illness through biohacking, through using your own body to get rid of that illness. Now, wouldn't that be something very sufficient? You know how people say, get with the program, guy. Hey, get with the program, buddy. Right? Or whatever. I have a response for you guys. I have a response for you guys. You tell them, I'm not gonna get with the program. I'm gonna rewrite the program. Writing Reality, December 17th. You already know what it is. Let's get it. Upward Spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Oh, let's get it. Boom. May the flow be with you.